Seattle Refined.
Get it now while it's going, because it's going very quick.
Seattle's most iconic brew branches out. Then a show that gives you a backstage pass to Jeopardy! What is Seattle Refined? Alex Trebek reveals his secret passions only to refine. Plus,
if we can impact them now on making healthy choices, it's only going to benefit them as they get older.
Refined weighs in on a pint-sized chili cook-off. And
I like that one because it's kind of ambiguous. Like, you don't know if it's a date, you don't know if it's like what they're doing.
Stormtroopers on a double date. Refined celebrates Star Wars Day. Seattle Refined starts now. Hey everybody, welcome to Seattle Refined. I'm Gart Swanson. Well, beer lovers, you are in for a big treat. Today marks the start of Seattle Beer Week, where suds are celebrated around the city with awesome events and drink specials. But one Seattle brewery is really going big this year. They teamed up with our sponsors, Rainier Beer, to create a rare historic brew that you can't get anywhere else.
It really ties to that old motorcycle commercial that ran back in the 70s and 80s. People see me and they just, Rainier Beer.
If you don't know about Rainier Beer, you probably aren't from the Northwest.
There he is! Let me at him! Let me get him! Wait a minute!
Rainier is looking for a few hardy people to wear these special Wild Rainier outfits.
It's been a Seattle staple for 138 years. And for Rainier Beer fans in Seattle, the go-to watering hole is always Sam's Tavern.
Oh my gosh. Man, I can't even tell you how much we go through. We're #1 in the state for restaurants, so that's a lot. We have Rainier 12 ounce, Rainier Tall Boys, Rainier Draft, Rainier Pale Ale. We sell them for $1. Where else can you get a $1 beer?
Rainier is totally my go-to beer. It's got this cool nickname like Vitamin R and Rainier. So I've climbed Mount Rainier 3 times. Each time I bring a Rainier Tall Boy with me, so I take a picture on the summit of Rainier with my Rainier hat. Whenever I go for a hike, I'll always stop at a bar and have a Rainier. It's kind of like my tradition.
But even good old Rainier is ready for change.
It's a lot of pressure. You don't want to mess it up. So hopefully we'll just keep doing what works and people will enjoy it.
For the first time ever, Rainier teamed up with a local brewery to create a limited edition Pilsner.
Just super excited to partner with Reuben's Brews. They're fairly new. Rainier's been around for 140 years. We've never done a collaboration. So to kind of come and do something with a new up-and-coming craft brand such as Reuben's that's done so well and won so many awards, we were just excited to do it.
Rainier's brand manager lives close, so we came into the tap room a lot, so I met him and we sort of talked about it. And it seems like a fun idea, like we're the lower cursive R and they're the big cursive R.
I think it's in the same wheelhouse as our lager. You know, it's just as bright and crisp and refreshing, but it's a little more hop forward, which is what Adam and his team really brings to the table. So I think they'll really find it delightful.
I think it's amazing. It's kind of the hop forwardness that Reuben's used to and is known for, and the sessionability of Rainier.
The R&R Pilsner promises to make both Rainier and local brewery fans happy, but getting your hands on one may not be easy.
We brewed like 5 batches and they're all done, right? So they've all been packaged and when it's gone, it's gone. So we're hoping to keep it on in the tap room for a few weeks, but I don't know how long it will last.
We have a limited amount on draft and a limited amount in bottles, in 22-ounce bottles. So it'll be around, but I don't think it'll be around long. So definitely go out and buy it as soon as you can.
It's not just about tried and true booze for Rainier. They also help the environment. Rainier's Tabs for Trees program is pretty awesome. For every red Rainier beer tab you collect and send in, Rainier plants a new tree. How cool is that? It runs every February through April, so be sure to check it out next year. From beer to bands, our partners at Upstream Music Festival will begin rocking Pioneer Square May 11th. For weeks now, we've been profiling some of the festival's unique emerging artists. We caught up with this week's Artist of the Week at one of the event's unique venues, Kraken Congi.
On top of a mountain is what you see sometimes. Tell me how
Daniel Pak fronts a popular Seattle band that's making big waves in the reggae world.
I can do anything, I can be free.
So my band's called Core Ions. It's been a project of mine since 2008. We've been blessed to share the stage with bands like the Wailers, Steel Pulse, Toots and the Maytals, and we've released a couple full-length albums, a couple EPs, and it's with great honor that we represent Seattle in the whole mix of reggae music.
Core Ions is made up of a diverse group of musicians from all over the world that come together to create a unique brand of reggae music.
Our drummer, Teo Shantz, he grew up learning from the uncles in Trinidad how to play, how to play drums. Darren Asplund, our sax player, Greg Kramer, our trombone player, they all come from a jazz background, so there's that element gets mixed into it as well. And for me, growing up in Hawaii, I bring a lot of that island flavor. I grew up listening to reggae on the radio. I was singing reggae songs ever since I was in elementary school. The reggae beat, the one drop, is pretty much my heartbeat in a lot of ways. I just can't deny that fact. And so when we all come together and Core Ions is on stage, it's not your typical reggae.
Daniel brings more than just positive musical vibes to the stage. He also has a strong commitment to empowering young people and giving back to the community.
You all have talent, you all have skill. I co-founded a nonprofit called Totem Star in 2010, which provides music production, performance, and mentorship opportunities for young people, young aspiring musicians that may not have access to music programs. I'm a father of two boys myself. I have a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old. And from the day that they were in the womb, essentially, I want to always make an intentional push that they would always have music in their life.
Tell me how I can.
Core Ions doesn't do music just to go on a tour or release a video or be on a stage. We do it because there's a deeper element of love and responsibility to the community that we feel just comes naturally with being communicators through the language of music.
And like the rest of us, Core Ions is ready to get out and start enjoying some good weather. And what better place to do that than at Seattle's newest musical festival, Upstream.
Springtime in Seattle is such a wonderful time because all the new growth, it's like a big rebirth, and with that comes music festivals and more outdoor music opportunities. And I feel like that's when Seattle really becomes alive. And so for all the locals in town, Upstream will be the festival where you discover your new favorite band.
The Upstream Festival and Summit begins next Thursday, May 11th. For ticket and lineup information, log on to our website, seattlerefined.com/upstream. Seattle Refined is just getting started.
You have to open it up.
Yeah, you can.
Oh my God.
Open it like this.
Teamwork in the kitchen. Refined is a fly on the wall for a cooking competition where everybody wins. But first, Jeopardy's Alex Trebek shows us his less refined side.
Give me a sledgehammer and watch out.
Yeah,
that brick wall is coming down.
What is when Seattle Refined comes back? Hey, welcome back to Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. Refined's Jeopardy Week ramps up today with part 2 of our exclusive interview with iconic host Alex Trebek. I sat down with Alex during a behind-the-scenes tour of the quiz show down in Los Angeles. Yesterday, Alex talked about his time on Jeopardy and tips for contestants. Today, he opens up about life beyond the hit quiz show. Alex Trebek has connected with audiences for more than 3 decades as the award-winning host of Jeopardy. But despite his fame, life outside of the show is simple. He fills his day with his true loves, family, and hockey.
You're a hockey fan?
Yeah.
What do you think of the NHL playoffs right now?
I love the playoffs. I love the fact that 5 Canadian teams made the playoffs this year, and last year, no Canadian team made the playoffs. I love the fact that Toronto has finally turned things around with some great young talent. I love the fact that my team, the Montreal Canadiens, are looking good in the playoffs.
Did you play hockey?
I did. It's exciting.
Is that more exciting or watching someone win a bunch of money on your show?
On a regular, daily basis, it's fun just being part of the three-person competition on Jeopardy and winding up at the end and seeing somebody win a lot of money and just say, hey, way to go.
Let's go baseball teams for 600. I tried out when I was up there. I was awful. I think I got 2 questions right. They were both sports questions. I'm an old sports guy.
Yeah.
But it's tough. It's intimidating. I'm watching your show. I saw the first 3 today. I think I got 2 questions right. The people that you select are brilliant, don't you think?
They are. There are many thousands of people who try out each year, and only a few hundred wind up on the program.
I learned about you today. I was asking somebody in the audience, and they said, "Oh, okay, he's just a normal guy. He's a superstar, but just a normal guy." I hear you like to go to like Home Depot, work with sprinklers, work with your hands. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, my daughter bought a house this year, and it was a fixer-upper, and I've been doing most of the fixer-upping. And
what does that mean? What have you been doing?
Plumbing, sprinklers, electrical, drywall, sanding, painting.
You do all that?
I do all that, yeah.
And where'd you learn the skills?
I just learned it over time. I enjoy solving simple problems, and those kinds of problems are fairly simple. And I did a lot of the demo work, and that gets a lot of frustrations and a lot of anger out of you. Give me a sledgehammer and watch out.
Yeah,
that brick wall is coming down.
So you're taking out the brick wall. Do you ever like scratch your head and go, I'm Alex Trebek, I'm demoing this wall, but I also have the hottest TV show right now when it comes to game shows. Do you ever think that?
Never occurs to me.
Talk about 2 spectrums.
I'm just like everybody else out there. I do normal things, and I enjoy doing them, and I enjoy people, and I can't think of any negative in my life right now, and I hope it continues.
You feel like a lucky guy.
Absolutely.
Alex Trebek, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Greg.
Right here on Seattle Refined. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Refined's Jeopardy Week wraps up tomorrow, and we saved the best for last.
My grandpa is even a Husky, so a long line of Huskies in my family.
A Jeopardy star represents Seattle. That's tomorrow at 3 p.m. Coming up on Refined.
All right, I'm going with the first one that I had. Whose is that?
I joined one of Seattle's biggest celebrity chefs for a chili showdown you don't want to miss. But first, a shout out to our friends at Kimpton Hotels for making our recent trip to Los Angeles such a pleasure. The Refined team stayed at the newly renovated Hotel Palomar in Beverly Hills, located just minutes from the best places in Beverly Hills and LA. From the nightly wine hour, to the posh pool, to the brand new Double Take restaurant, there's something for every member of the family, including skee ball and shuffleboard. Hey, thanks, Kimpton.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm Gerd Swanson. It's never too early or late in life to start eating healthy.
The National Weather Service in Seattle has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for north central Lewis County in west central Washington, south central Pierce County in west central Washington until 3:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. At 3:05 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 13 miles northwest of Rando, Oregon, 22 miles west of Packwood, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. Hazard, quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, damage to vehicles is expected. Locations impacted include Mineral, Ashford, and Elb. Prepare immediately for large hail and deadly cloud-to-ground lightning. Seek shelter inside a well-built structure. Stay away from windows. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 3:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time for the following county: Pierce, Washington.
Neat, and they're learning these life skills that'll take them until they're my age. Right now in this country we have a huge epidemic of type 2 diabetes. And type 2 diabetes in this age group predisposes them to heart disease, and heart disease is a major, major killer. And so if we can impact them now on making healthy choices, it's only going to benefit them as they get older.
With recipes in hand, these Madison Middle School students split into 2 groups, ready to make a winning bowl of chili. From chopping to measuring to mixing and simmering, these kids are no strangers to teamwork.
We usually work together a lot with everything, like with chicken and all that. Like every week, we are always in our same group, so we work good together.
Basically, in this chili, we kind of went, we went classic. We did turkey. These guys are young and they're energetic. It's a little chunkier than normal, but hey, it's gonna be awesome.
With cooking complete, it's time for the taste test.
It's pretty good. I like the crunchiness. Oh, the stringy cheese is a nice bonus. I like all this extra sour cream. What's nice about this is it's like equal parts chili and sour cream.
With 2 delicious contenders, Ethan needed a little help, and thank goodness I made it just in time.
I need to call in a backup judge.
All right, let's go. I'm just gonna grab one?
Yep. You gotta taste one from each one.
Okay, here we go.
Pretty good.
Really good stuff.
Ooh, that looks good.
All right, guys, that's so good. All right, I'm going with the first one that I had. Whose is that? The guacamoles, yeah. Going with the guacamoles.
For more information on Kids Cook with Heart, log on to our website. We'll be right back, but first, our Tech Tango App of the Week.
There are many image editing apps available on the app stores. A recent addition to the market is PicMonkey, a lightweight and simple to use photo editor for quick, on-the-go editing. The clean user interface makes editing fast and easy. You can combine effects and filters for creating unique looks. Apply filters to all or a portion of the photo. Add text, stickers, and draw, all for free. If you need more advanced photo editing features, try PicMonkey's popular web-based application. PicMonkey mobile app focuses on a core set of features that makes editing fast and efficient for anyone. This free app is available on iOS and Android. I'm Francie Black with your App of the Week. For more great apps, visit techtangotoday.com.
Welcome back to Seattle Refined. May the 4th be with you. Grab your favorite droids and toss a few back. It is Star Wars Day. Refined found one local fan who has a lot of fun with the Force.
So what do you think they're thinking in that photo?
I don't know. I was always wondering why they're fighting all the time, so they have to be doing something when they're not fighting and have to be taking a break in some way.
Like these fellows on a bicycle. It's kind of adorable, actually.
Just hanging out. I like that one because it's kind of ambiguous. Like you don't know if it's a date, you don't know if it's like what they're doing.
And what about this gentleman with the teacup?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how you drink it through that mask.
The Force. That's always the answer.
Kyle Hagee is a digital artist, creating lifelike images on his computer from scratch.
Did you go to school for this?
No. YouTube. YouTube was my school. I call it YouTube degree.
He says it took him 7 years of trial and error and late nights to get as skilled as he is now. Kyle says sci-fi fans go nuts for Yoda giving the one-finger salute or Boba Fett brushing up on his knitting. He sells the images on his website and in person at the Fremont Market.
People, they say all kinds of things. My favorite is when they don't say anything and they just look. They look at it and then they look away, then they look back.
Kyle says he creates everything you see in these pieces, from the grass on the ground to the gleam of Darth Vader's highly polished helmet.
It's completely CGI. So all the flowers, the mountains are all CGI, all the clothing. Yeah, it's really cool what computers can do now and the level of technology. I mean, it's crazy.
So do you ever worry about George Lucas or Disney giving you a hard time over this?
I did for a little bit. I talked to a couple people at Disney and they all loved it. The lawyers I've talked to, they said this could be considered parody. It's considered fair use.
What does that mean? It means Kyle says he'll keep showing the world the lesser-known, more delicate side of some of sci-fi's greatest villains and heroes.
I just like doing it.
John Prentice, Seattle Refined.
To check out Kyle's Star Wars art, head to SeattleRefined.com.
All right, that'll do it for today's show. We'll see you next time right here on Seattle Refined.